In this modern era, we've been taught to merely calculate our rational thinking in order to make a decision, especially a big one. But have you considered your inner voice, that sometimes it tells you something different beyond your logical thinking? Intuition is a feeling that gives us new insight without any analytical calculation. It also bridges our conscious and unconscious side and makes it balance. Unfortunately, people tend to misunderstand it. They assume that when we consider our intuition, it means that we neglect our logical thinking. Quite the opposite. It doesn't work like that. Instead, we can make the ideal decision by integrating intuition and logic. And this is our fundamental privilege as a human being, as compared to other animals. We can process instinct and compare it with science, so we don't need to reject one to get the other. On the other hand, the study about intuition occurred a long time ago, and surprisingly, the research showed that our brain already knew the right thing, even before we had the capability to process it analytically. The more you listen to your feelings, the more they'll guide you into something useful and will never mislead you. Therefore, I'm going to explain to you a few tips so you can listen and trust your intuition more. I believe you'll want to do it since intuition is one of the greatest assets a human can have. So if you find this video helpful to you, please help us by clicking that like button below. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified of subsequent videos. Number 1. Listen to your deep heart. Countless factors may ruin your thought, whether it comes from your past experience, personal prejudice, or another external power that clouds your judgment. If you want to be in tune with your inner voice, first you should put aside whatever burdens you. You can contemplate, pray, meditate, or as simple as sit down and stay silent. Don't forget to take a deep breath and try to relax, even if the circumstances are hard. Believe me, it helps a lot to rid your mind of clutter and eventually increase your intuitive sense. After you achieve inner peace, now start to ask this: what do I really want? And how do I feel about that? Pay attention to the initial sensation, feeling, or any picture that may cross your mind. If you can't let this sensation go in the days after, or maybe it becomes stronger or bolder, then probably it's your honest intuition. Number 2. Figure out whether or not the fear is triggering you. Indeed, it's hard to distinguish between real intuition and fear, or even overthinking. When we worry about something, we tend to be reckless in deciding something because we think that dread is how your intuition works, but it's not. Following our fear is not right, because most likely we're only afraid of something that's not real, something which only happens in our mind. You know 90% of our fears are never going to happen in reality. That's why it's dangerous when everything's okay to be putting something on your mind that hinders your progress. To make sure your fear is real, pull out a piece of paper, and whenever you feel frightened, write down everything that concerns you on that paper. Then you can sort it out based on urgency and listen to what your gut has to say. But if you end up writing nothing, congratulations, you're just afraid of your imagination. Number 3. Be ready for Plan B. For example, if your strongest intuition tells you to quit your job, it doesn't mean you'll directly follow it, especially if you have a wife, kids, or other kinds of responsibilities. If this scenario pops up, then it's best to combine your intuition with logical thinking. Think about a couple of plans and solutions that you can personally bear with. Visualize it in your mind and think about all the possibilities that may happen, including consequences or other technicalities. Be honest with yourself and don't run for any bad possibilities. After that, you'll have a vivid decision on what choice and what backup you may choose. Number 4. Focus on what you feel. The mind and body are two inseparable entities that make us a living creature. That's why the body is one of the parameters to understand ourselves. It never hides any truth, no matter what. So it's good to pay attention to what the body feels. Imagine how your decision affects your body. Take an example. If you think you'll feel healthier because you lose a significant burden on your shoulder after you quit your job, then do it. It's a strong signal that your body suffers because of the workload or toxic environment from the job. Increasing awareness into the body is a good thing to do if you want to have a stronger connection with your intuition. Although resigning from your job is not something that you want to do in a day or a week. At least by listening to yourself and combined with some other plans, you'll have a lot more hope and spirit. Number 5. Don't rush things. Whether it comes from your own mind or there's someone who forces you to rush things, don't always listen to them. It doesn't mean that quick decisions are not good, but the pressure, internal or external, may ruin your judgment. Have you ever felt sorry about a past decision because you didn't take enough time to think about it first? Imagine if that happens again, right at this moment. I'm sure you'll want to not repeat that mistake again, so don't let your temporary pressure cloud your permanent conclusions. Well, these are 5 effective ways to listen more and trust your intuition, and why you'll want to. I hope that you've enjoyed my explanation. Please don't hesitate to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to be notified of subsequent videos. And thanks for watching.